Greetings. This is Scholar Saunders Scene. What's current? First day of the trial. Sean P. Diddy Combs. They played the video. That's all I got to say. They played the video. They played the Cassandra Ventura video of him with the hotel room. His defense team tried their best. They tried tooth and nail to not have the video shown. It was shown. But I think that set a precedent. I think it set a tone for the rest of the I was going to say series or sitcom, but the rest of the trial, because I think that with Diddy being really I don't know if it's delusional, I don't know if he's delulu, but he's still coming to court, gray, grizzled, got the sweater on. He's looking at his family. He sees his daughters. And then when, the first witness comes up, I think it was a male. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think it was a male that said that he would masturbate to, that Diddy would masturbate to seeing him have sex with Cassie, and that Cassie paid him off, and that there was the footage of the Cassie being beaten video. There was, I think, one of the first people to speak, first people to take the stand, said that he was paying the person, I think his name is Flores, for the videotape, but he said it was a bribe to keep quiet, to not say anything. So this whole case is looking very sketchy, very going starting off to a weird kind of space, and it looks like Diddy is on the ropes a little bit. He took a few punches here and there, because they're not kidding around. They're not playing. They are not, having any, they're not pulling any punches, in regard to whatever is happening with Diddy. So I still say Diddy is innocent. Free Diddy until he is proven guilty. If he is proven guilty. That's what I'm saying the whole time. That's what I'm yelling. That's what I'm screaming. That's how I see it. He is currently, in a psychological state that I would never want to be in. There's reports saying that he could spend the rest of his life in prison. I'm not sure, the minutia, the details, that correspond with what he's doing exactly. I'm not exactly sure about them, but it seems to me that he is weighs heavy on his head. It's weighing heavy on his head. He has to endure all this. But what did he make other people endure? What did he make other people experience? That's the question. That's why we have our law system. That's why we have our judicial code that prosecutes these various alleged crimes. We have to continue to say that they're alleged because we don't know yet until the jurors have the last say. When it's handled by the bailiff, I think, or and then the lead juror or the head juror. I don't know I can't remember what they call him, but yeah. So his three daughters, his twin 18-year-olds, and his just graduated from high school daughter. All three of them left the courtroom, I think right before or during, the testimony about, him, pleasuring himself, to Cassie and the male sex worker. This is the weird way we go. And the defense even admits, they're like, well, he could be a jerk, but he's not a criminal. Like they have to say, you saw the video, that's all him. There's no question. You can't say it's anybody else. You see that. Okay. Will they continue to play the video? Will they continue to say, okay, remember this, or they play the video and got it out of the way, and that was all that was fit for today? What was the key idea behind all of that? I mean, what was like the crux of doing this? What was the main idea behind trying to put Diddy in a position where he could no longer be looked at as a pariah in everybody's eyes, because that's what happened. Reminding people of that video is very essential, because that is powerful. Images are powerful. The video doesn't even have any audio, because that's what they say. They say, believe half of what you hear, none of what you see. It kind of goes in reverse. If you heard the audio, you'd be like, whatever. But you see it, you're like, whoa, okay, this is serious. This is real. This was really going down. So it turns into a point where you have to understand the dynamics of what is going on with this case. They're trying to malign Diddy, maybe as they should. I mean, he's not the best, human being on the planet right now, but he's not guilty yet. He has not been found guilty. He's an innocent man. He has no charges against his life that have stuck, nothing like that. There are charges against him, but they may be trumped up. They may be hollow. They may not be real. So we have to look at that. Diddy is a shell of a man. He's a shell of a man. He has, very, very little power now. He has enough money, I think, just to pay his lawyers, I think, which is going to be like $20 to $80 million, probably, something like that. This is just a estimate. His high-powered lawyers, I can only imagine them being, very, meticulous and strong in their way. Whoa, we got Michael Nolan, the bottom line. Salute to you. Hello there, Michael. Salute to you, Michael Nolan. Tampa Guy 19, salute to you. What's up, my nigga? Yeah, I'm glad you can say nigga. Nigga. But make sure you guys tell at least 10 people to tune in when you come in. When you come in, say, hey, look, this is silly nigga named Sky. He's got some ideas. Let him, shoot his shot. Let him, stand 10 toes down. He's silly, but he's got some ideas. I appreciate that if you do that. But thank you for coming in. The coffee's warm. The coffee's hot, and the cherry pie is exquisite. I got 4 likes and 1 person watching. That's great. I miss Chino XL. Wow, Chino XL was a underground rapper. He never really made it to the mainstream, but he had really great bars that people respected, like Eminem respected him. I think Big Pun respected him before he died. But we'll talk about that later. The coffee is sizzling. Yeah. What is your relationship with Rick James? Are you guys war buddies, or did you work together or something like that? You got to tell me. I appreciate Rick James. He brought many people. He brought like at least 4 or 5 people onto this site, even people that we don't even associate with anymore. I'm going to tell all my friends this is a great show. Thank you, Michael Nolan. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you. But yeah. So Diddy is, he's feeling it. He was glad to see his daughters, but not glad to see him go because the graphic, language that's been stated. Um, this is just the first full day, I think, of the trial. They had juror selection, and a lot of people make jokes about that. Yes, Bumba said. Oh wait, hold on. You need to have personality, charisma, and character to make it to the mainstream. Yes, that's true. That is true. Richard James is my son's godfather. Oh wow, that's great. Did you guys work together or something? Free Diddy, yeah. Great guy, bailed me out of jail in the 80s. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's got money. He's got money. He can bail you out. He'll bail you out. He'll do it. But yeah, so I think with Diddy being, one of the most hated men in America now. This is the trial. This is the trial of the century, by the way. This is the trial of the century. Salute, Hayes, King Hayes, King Hazy. Excuse me. Salute to you, sir. I appreciate it. 4 likes, 4 people in here. Not mad. You know, not mad at that. Appreciate you for coming on, all of you. If you just doing a recap, Diddy, they showed the video of Diddy violating Cassandra Ventura, aka Cassie. That was interesting to me because are they going to show it again? Because they might hear, the defense, the defense lawyers might be like, I mean, hey, y'all shot your shot. That was your first shot. Bang. Okay. Now we go in. We all we gotta do is tell everybody that he's a family man. Tell everybody that he's a swinger, and that's part of the lifestyle. And everything he did was consensual. That's all they gotta say. That's all they gotta say. Only thing he's guilty of is having his women do facial urinalysis. That's all. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Michael Nolan, I was a pimp, and Rick James, you're still a pimp. Mike Nolan, once a pimp, always a pimp. And Rick James was our number one trick. Oh, okay. Dang, that's real though. That's real talk. That's real talk. Yeah. Rick James is definitely a specialist when it comes to picking up females in the areas for cash and sprinkling them with goodies. Tampa guy 19. I'm from Tampa, Florida. I kind of figured that. It's in your name. If you were from somewhere else, it'd be ironic. But I got you, Tampa guy 19. Salute to you, sir. Salute. I love 19-year-old white girls. I do too. Ain't nothing wrong with a 19-year-old white girl. If you can have good times, you can get money from her. You can get money together. That's a beautiful situation. You got a good show here. It's very positive. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be proactive as much as I possibly can. I I use facts. I use video, audio, everything I can, and I try to remember it, for the show because I don't know about running the same thing at the same time, but it's like walking into the local barbershop. Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mike. If I can call you Mike, if I can call you Mike, Mr. Michael Nolan, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Yeah. So, Diddy is, fighting for his life, almost literally. Almost literally. He's definitely onto some another plane of existence and talking about what he does and who he does it with, and will he take the stand? I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I don't think that would probably be in his best interest. If he ever takes a stand, that would not be a good look. But he can watch his multi-million-dollar lawyers go up to bat for him, and they're saying, no, he's not guilty. He's not guilty. We know in our heart of hearts he may be a jerk, sure, whatever. Well, okay, but he's not guilty of these crimes, and that's a good pitch too, because those crimes, sex trafficking, prostitution, state lines, and racketeering, and I think there's 2 counts of the sex trafficking, so it makes 5 total, and so and then you have the racketeering, and it's like that has nothing to do with the Cassie video, nothing, like literally nothing. It's all psychological. It's all putting in the frame of the mind of the jurors. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's like, well, okay. I have a prolific picture of a white girl named Chrissy Taylor who was 19 years old at that time, wearing her dark blue bikini back in 2017. That is very descriptive, sir. Yes. You're late. Yeah, I'm late. I take my late pass. Yes, yes, and I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna make you a moderator, sir. If you know how to do it, you know how to do it. One minute. One minute. Gotta go, buddy. Yes, you found me. Yes, and you have. Let me see. You are. Thanks. Yes, sir. You got the wrench. Uncle Sky. Yeah, that's right. Yes, I am Uncle Sky. Oh, you did it. Okay, I was giving it to Michael Nolan, but he can, you can still stay a moderator. You got the wrench. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was my nephew. Strong young man. He's only 2. But yeah, so Diddy, speaking of family, Diddy, watched as his daughters exited the courtroom, because it was just too graphic for him, to understand that their father is being pitted against, people that are, may not be of the same mindset as he. They may not understand that. Like, you can have orgies, you can have consensual sex parties. That's real. So why would he even not? Well, who is he? Because he's not. Are you talking about the judge? So I don't know if he's talking about the judge or not. I can't. I can't. I got granddad on that duty. So and I don't babysit. I watch. It's totally different. 13 and 14-year-old babysitters are 13 and 14-year-olds are babysitters. I'm a watcher. I watch kids. No, I'm not. I'm not high. I'm kind of high now because I took my drugs. But float on, brother. And now he's messing with me because he knows that I don't like the name brother, except for my half brother and my step brother and my brothers-in-law. Excuse me. No, not Thorazine. Never on Thorazine. That sounds like some serious. I did see Sinners and I loved it. It was great. I wrote a piece. Hold on, let me put it into my. So making me promote. Hold on. I'm looking for it right now. I'm looking for it. Looking for it right now. All right, I gotta find it because this is crazy. Try to Google it, but it's not popping. I'm looking for it right now. Hold on 1 second. This is hilarious. This is funny. This is really funny. I'm looking for the story right now and it's not popping up. Hold on. Just give me a second. Just give me a second because y'all brought it up. Give me one moment. Oh my God. What? All right, here it goes. Here we go. Here. Found it. Found it. Okay, okay. I love Sinners. Love Sinners. This is my ode to them. Click on that link. We're not talking about Troy getting poked. Tory getting poked. No, I didn't know about that. We talking about Diddy. And I'll just give you if it is relevant, I'll just give it to my stories. Thug and gangbangers are funny and entertaining. That's what they're here for. They're here to entertain us because they want to do dumb stuff, and we're the ones that digest it and put it out as entertainment. Trilling got hit. Yeah, well, we're talking about Diddy now. This is a whole Diddy show. This is my Diddy is Innocent 51. And I'm saving up my hours for the final, few days of the verdict. He said this could last at least 2 months. So they said 8 weeks. I think that's what they said. I think they said 8 weeks. This could be 8 weeks long, but okay, Diddy. Yeah, Diddy. Diddy's where the dollars are. Diddy's where the money is. So he brought about a sense of being a rock star, a super guy, everything. He was great. So that is where he stands. But now you say Diddy, and everybody looks at you like they frown upon him at the least, and shake their fists at the most. Any predictions? I don't do predictions. I was thinking about doing a prediction during ASAP Rocky, and I was right, but I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to ruin any future episodes. Diddy was a rap god. Okay, you're not wrong. Son of Sun 90, you're not wrong. I'm not trying to pander to you, but you're not wrong. Diddy was in my top 10 rappers of all time. He is everything halfway, which makes up something that is magnificent. He was a halfway manager, halfway hype man, halfway producer, halfway singer, halfway rapper, among other titles. Halfway actor, halfway producer, halfway executive. He did everything, to the best of his ability, but he didn't have the craft. He didn't have the pocket. When rhyming, he didn't have the exact step with dancing. Not for his talent. Full businessman, yeah. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's halfway. He's not fully anything. He was one of the best hustlers of all time. Greatest hustlers. He was a good tastemaker. Yeah, he was a great tastemaker. And it's sad because he could have had the life of Hugh Hefner. Hugh Hefner, I've said on this program multiple times, he had the decency to die during the Me Too movement, the initial Me Too movement. We're now in like the secondary phase of the Me Too movement with Smokey Robinson and hold on, let me make sure I get it. What's his name? Russell Brand. Thank you, Russell Brand. Russell Brand, Smokey Robinson. We're in the Me Too part, 2.0. Am I allowed to say Free Diddy? Of course. Say Free Diddy all day. Free Diddy. Small hat contracts. Okay. Are you talking about the Kufi? Are you talking about Zucchetti? What small hat are you talking about? You can say it on here. I think he should walk. Nobody passed away from the freak offs. Facts. Do you think Me Too only works for minorities with no power and influence? No, of course not. Wait a minute. Masters and films. Okay, do you think Me Too only works for minorities with no power and influence? You gotta explain yourself a little bit there, Max Vision. The accusers don't want justice, they want money. That's the biggest red flag. That's the sad part. And that's what's so weird about our justice system. Our judicial code it really brings together something that is difficult to do. It's very difficult. That's why there's a judge, and he has dozens of years, maybe, of experience. Usually, they were previous lawyers. I think all judges have to be previous lawyers. I'm not sure about that, but I would imagine. But yeah, the money. I mean, money is great. Money should not be damned. It's the means in which people acquire money. Rick James told me he went to a Diddy party, and I find it hard to not believe him. Yeah, seems like he would be at a Diddy party. It seems like he would be at a Diddy party. He would most likely be at a white party, something like that. Or maybe in November he had black parties. Everybody wore all black, like it was a funeral. When they sue people for money and make all these wild accusations, I think they need hard proof, or the case should be dismissed. Yes, facts. I want DNA. I want proof. I want evidence. I want hard statements from people, not just hearsay. That's what I want in my case. The man has a Paul Rubens mural and statue as the centerpiece in his trailer park RV house. Yeah, that's how I got to know Rick James. It was Paul Rubens died. I put it up on my show. I got like 250 views. That was like one of the most views I had at that time. We just started clicking. He was real cool. He's what is he, like 40 years my senior? He's just a cool guy. I disagree with him. He has some really weird tastes and television programming, but he's all around good guy. I appreciate him. Wow, I'm surprised you covered Paul Rubin. Yeah, I said Smokey Loud Packs for Paul Rubin when he first died. We were both saying, Smokey Loud Packs. And I was getting views. All I had to put in Paul Rubin dead at whatever age he was, and put it into the title and see what happens. Puffy was the middleman who is one he answers to. He's like the house Negro trying to convert the field Negroes. I might have to disagree with you on that. I think Puff, Diddy, whatever the case may be, he represented something, much larger than, even the mainstream of rap music. Because at that time it was rap music. That's when it started to become stronger on the rap music rather than hip hop music. I need to watch that one. Okay, Ray Ray. Puffy was the top dog. Okay. Thanks, Ray Ray. Make sure you subscribe. Tell somebody else to subscribe. You see at the top of this live chat, it says youtube.com/@Sky Saunders. Make sure you subscribe and tell somebody else to subscribe. But yeah, Diddy was the top dog. He was everybody's favorite. He was like, oh, that's Diddy. Diddy runs the city. Everything is cool. Everything is wonderful. He's great. He's just doing his thing. He's all wonderful. And then like later on, because he had spin doctors, I think, or people that rewrote his bio, his sensibility after the New York club scene with J Lo and Shine, of course, and we've hashed this out a long time ago, but he had to revamp all that. He had to say, oh man, they're gonna be looking at me like this. No, I'm gonna be vote or die and run the city and Sean John and all this. And wow, he's an entertainer. He's a businessman. He's really great. He's all right. Oh well, he did that. There was that thing at the club, and well, he was found not guilty of that. Everything's fine. He's all right. He must have had too much hubris, not ego. Ego is good. Ego is excellent. Ego allows somebody to say that they are the fountainhead. The fountainhead of all human progress is based on the ego. Almost so famous he thought himself above that wake up call. Yeah, he got his nigga wake up call. He got a strong nigga wake up call. And this is his second. The New York club was his first nigga wake up call. The late great Johnny Cochran got him out of that mess. So it really comes down to him being a total, alleged monster. I'm saying alleged because I'm not sure about, what the other testimony, with other evidence is going to be. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I would love to see evidence, not hearsay. Not well. I was with him and he was saying all this stuff. He was talking like this. He was going on and rapping about this and rapping about that, and I was just like, all right, cool. But consensual sex parties, nothing wrong with that. Of adults, of course, adults consensual sex parties, totally fine, no problem with it. The sex trafficking, I don't know what they did with the RICO, the racketeering charge. He seems like too much of a smart businessman to be wrapped up into that RICO charge. Ray Ray says, I'm curious through why did they let Hugh Hefner slide? Well, at the time, there were very few reports. There are few reports going on. Cosby was mainly the one that was getting torn down. Um, Harvey Weinstein, I'm covering him as well. I didn't do it, a show on him yet. I'm probably gonna do something tomorrow. Um, but Diddy, he was Diddy long before he knew of Puffy. Yeah, Hugh Hefner. I think he actually did have suits during his lifetime, but they were all dismissed. He was free to walk. He had multiple women on his property, and they were in the grotto. They were in different places around the property, and there must have been some certain circumstances where the Spanish Fly got involved, and women wake up with their panties off and with their bras askew, and their face, their makeup's smattered on their face. But he died. He had the decency to die. Because he was like, shoot, they going to come down on me. They going to come down on me. There's no question. They're gonna roll on me. But he had the decency to die. But Diddy. Got that nigga wake up call, like the late great Paul Mooney said. He came in and said, and not even not the Spanish Fly. Yeah, the Spanish Fly. But no, he wasn't like Lil Durk. He wasn't about to get on the plane to Italy. He wasn't like Russell Simmons, because he knew he was gonna get hell. He knew he was gonna get hell. He said, I gotta get on this plane to Bali. I'm out of here. Y'all can take all y'all want. Y'all can kiss both cheeks. I'm out of here. It's a wrap. Y'all can be cute all y'all want. Y'all can stay here. Diddy was. I still don't understand. There's things that I will never understand. They're just things I will never understand. Diddy had every opportunity to say, I'm out of this country. I'm going to a place where there is no extradition, and I'm going to be fine with that. The decency to die is crazy. Yeah. I'm using a joke, but I'm serious at the same time. It's like he made a deal with the devil, I guess. Said, I want to be out of here. I can go to hell, but let me die, here on earth. 'Cause I'm not gonna. It's gonna be worse on earth than it is in hell, I guess. And I'm an atheist, so I'm just, giving you an example. So, did he love America? Yes. Diddy and America were like, he said he had Vote or Die, Run the City, Sean John. What else he had? He had Making the Band. And it's like, oh, Diddy, yeah, Diddy, woo, yeah, Diddy, yes. We were all eating it up. We were laughing it up, myself included. I can't deny it. I was like, yeah, Vote or Die, yeah, Vote or Die. I have no idea what that means. If I don't vote, I die. What do you what? Yeah, Vote or Die, Vote or Die. Diddy was bigger than Jay-Z, of course. Yes. I mean, mainstream acceptance wise, very bigger, much bigger than Jay-Z. Jay-Z was just a rapper. I mean, he still is a rapper, but he just released songs. And Diddy really wasn't a rap. He was a rapper, but he wasn't like a full rapper. That's what I'm saying. He was like a half a rapper. Vote or Die was nasty work. Explain yourself, son to son 90. What do you mean it was nasty work? Maybe I shouldn't ask him. Diddy was the symbol for the American dream for a while there. Yes, facts. Remember Jay tried to wear the shiny suits like Diddy on the Sunshine? Yup. They said, hey, yeah. The director, the PA, the AD, they were all like, yeah, we got this, puffy phase. He's got the bright lights. He's got the shiny suits. You can do this too. You can do the Busta Rhymes, Fish Islands. It's gonna be great. It was one of his worst videos ever, and he admitted it. It was not a good look for Jay-Z, but I mean, even Diddy made fun of himself on one of his albums. He said "Shiny Suit Man," and like he had fun with it. He had fun with it. Now everything's not so funny. Everything's not so good. That's one of the strangest things about human nature. We anticipate our. That's what they say. Good intentions are paid. Are Oh my gosh, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, or a good time, or having fun. It ends up terrible sometimes. Sometimes things go awry, but the whole point was to have a good time. Like these freak offs, the whole point was to have a good time, and at least one or two people may have had a terrible time. They may have had an issue with with trying to the um piece together the differences, of what could have happened. I'm saying could have happened, and within those freak offs. And there's a lot of Hollywood insiders, a lot of people in Hollywood that know what happened all those times. I think Vote or Die was nasty work because no entertainer should be who you look to for political guidance. Facts. No entertainer. I mean, they've done it before. You had JFK. He had Marilyn Monroe. You had Jimmy Carter. You had the Allman Brothers. You had Bill Clinton. You had the oh God, what's his name? Oh my God, Arsenio Hall show. Yeah, it's like he was basically giving stamps. They were also giving stamps of approval at one point, even before the election or during their administration. And many more. President Barack Obama. He had Jay-Z have clips on the radio. I remember listening to the radio. I was like, Jay-Z going for Obama. Okay. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with I agree with you, Son to Son 90. Entertainers should have nothing to do with politics. I mean, on those levels, and endorsing and showing up for stuff, and it's just doesn't work for me. Ray, when did he put this video out asking where all my friends? I don't know. I've never seen that video. I don't think I've seen that video. Son 90 says, I tried to watch Drink Champs and all the Ciroc and De Leon and Ace of Spades bows are gone from the show. Good point. Good point. Good eye. Good eye. They're all gone. Good eye. Nori has no more liquor brands to promote for the black community. Well, I think he has. I think he has Ciroc. I mean, not Ciroc. That was a slip. I think he has Douce. He may have Douce. Jay-Z's Douce, which I think Jay-Z sold. As a matter of fact, maybe I can't. Don't hold me to that. You have to look that up. I'm really surprised. I think the biggest blow was that he didn't own Ciroc. Yes. No, that's go. Okay, it's gone. Okay. Yeah. Good point. Son of Sun 90. Good point. He didn't own it. He was an ambassador. He got paid for it, but he didn't own it. He didn't have ownership over it. He did not show that he was a part. He was part of the bakery. He may have gotten some crumbs. He may have gotten a slice of the cake. He may have gotten a whole cake, but he didn't own the recipe and didn't own the bakery. If you understand my metaphor, Jay liquidating all of his alcohol holdings, I believe, except for Ace of Spade. Okay. Yeah, I love all the rappers and singers and actors who invest in alcohol. I think that's so great because they get more money that way. They invested in bookstores and contributed to libraries and stuff like that. They ain't getting no money. They'll get what, $500,000, if that, $40,000 maybe. They're making tens of millions of dollars off this liquor. That's extraordinary. I remember Diddy ran the city. He had the Diddy ran the city. How do you like your new Apple products so far? Love them. Love my MacBook. I hope this looks clearer, sharper. I heard Rick James say it. I can't always go by Rick James. Sometimes he's on the water. Sometimes he's a little, past due. But I hope it looks sharper. I got my lights up. Lights are closer. I can't get rid of the shadows. I don't know how to get rid. There's a way to get rid of shadows, but I don't know how to do it. But yeah, I just migrated my MacBook, my previous MacBook to my new MacBook, migrated all my data. So I'm looking forward to doing with that. It's a lot though. It's great, but it's a lot. It's like so many. I'm always calling Apple Care. I'm like, Apple Care, what the hell? What do you do with this? How do I find that? What how do I change the background? How do I change the screensaver? I got an awesome screensaver. It's aerial view of New York City. It's great. I love it. It's every penny is worth it. Every penny spent is worth it. So Diddy is he's following his lawyer's instructions. It's weird too because there was a sketch earlier that showed like he had glasses on, but then of course he didn't. And that's usually a sticking point. That's what we've talked about previous times. Tupac, Eminem, ASAP Rocky, you know, Young Thug, Young Thug, all of them have worn glasses in the courtroom. Diddy mother got a walker now, right? I don't know. I know she's got that wig that's that wig that slid to the side, that cockeyed wig, blonde wig. I think she has blue eye contacts. I can't remember. It's alleged. Um, but yeah, she's flying jiggy. She's cool. Diddy's mom was cool. Mama Combs. The trial, though, I think it's just to begin with the video. I mean, that kind of struck me. I thought they were gonna wait. They're gonna pull out the big guns later on. Had the last, maybe they could. I don't know how the judicial system works. Maybe they could. They said, "Remember this again. This is the guy we're talking about. This is the man we're dealing with. This is the kind of guy we're talking about. He's a terrible human being, and he needs to be put into a cell and rot away for the rest of his life." Which I think would not even happen. I think he would have an appeal. I think he would have a greater time in prison, probably than he would in the outside world if he's acquitted. This is if he acquitted. This is all legend. This is just machinations. If he determines himself to be a special person, a special person that can withstand all the blows. What do they call it? What does Shakespeare say? The blows and arrows, throws and arrows. I can't remember what it is. But the buffet the slings and arrows or something. I don't know. I can't remember. But if he's able to withstand that, then he can walk free. But maybe he can't. Maybe he'll say, where's the plea deal? I'll take the lesser charge. I don't even know what the lesser charge carries. I think all of them carry life sentences. If he's convicted of all of them, I think. If he's convicted of every charge, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars. And it'll be a sad. I mean, they make jokes, but it's like he could be in them with men, and Diddy allegedly has a thing for the guys. So if he's around the toss salad man, what's his name? Felice? What's his name? Felice Jackson or something like that? Toss salad man, he might enjoy that. Like I say, I think when he was in prison, when he was in the jail, he's still in jail, but as, while he's in jail, he's been running things. They've been cleaning up his areas. They've been folding his clothes, doing his linens. Might be better for him on the inside. Johnson, thank you. Please, Johnson. Toss the salad man. That might excite him. Allegedly, I don't know. That may give him a thrill. May give him a sensibility of being great again. Maybe give him a sense of understanding who he actually is. So, but that's far off. That we still have weeks to go for this particular trial, and it still pisses me off that they have to have court report. Why? There's no reason why they shouldn't have cameras set up in the courtroom. I'm glad the OJ trial was. I was only 6 or 7 years old, maybe not. Let me see. That was in like 94, 95. Yeah, I was like 6 or 7 years old. And was it 94? I was 6. I was 5 and 6. So either way, around that time, people were glued to the television. They were trying to figure out what is what and who is who and the glove and the blood stains and not guilty. Like everybody said, wait a minute, we know he's guilty. We know he's guilty. But he got off. And then he had the decency to die. I was waiting. I thought he was going to live to be 106 and still looking for the murderer of his wife and her friend. Go lay down, my boy. I'm about to take my melatonin with Benadryl so I can feel like you. Yeah, I'm trying to be as energetic as possible. I'm trying to be quiet as possible because my niece and nephew. But no, I got time left. I got 6 minutes and some change left. I have to have at least an hour show. That's just my ADD that's been undiagnosed. Um, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing myself excel. I come on this platform. It was at least 3 or 4 minutes. There were 0 people here. Then it went up to 5. Now it's at 2. But the main draw is going to be the likes. I have 7 likes, so that's the algorithm. I do appreciate everybody that came in. And we're talking about Diddy. It's all about Diddy. Everything is about Diddy. Everything is about Diddy. His facial expressions in the in the photograph and in the portraits, the sketches. It's so true about how Diddy like had. I just don't. That's what pisses me off a lot too. People who have it all on a silver platter, have everything, have stuffed baked pheasant or quail. They have the ability to tell what they want to be. They have millions or billions of dollars. They got all the women they want. They're male and they're straight. You know, all the things I want. You know, and I'm working for it, working towards. Like that is the key to all this for me. For me. That's what I think is just so interesting. Son to Son 90 says, "What's up with Puffy Juniors? Are they going to jail? Did the cases get dismissed? What's going on?" I don't know Puffy Juniors. Who's his sons? Son of the Sun 90? Are you talking about his sons? King Combs and I can't remember the other one's name. But King Combs almost looks exactly like his dad. I don't know if they're going to jail. You have to explain a little bit more, Son of the Sun 90. Puffy Juniors. The sons? I mean, there were some issues that I recall. They had something maybe on a boat or something like that, allegedly. Not sure. I don't even know if the cases were even initiated, much less dismissed. But that just pisses me off to no end. These people in these prime areas, and it kind of pisses me off because they're not talking about Ayn Rand and understanding her work. I have to be the one to do it. Mr. Troy Star Terrain and Dr. Jerome Broker are one of the only ones that are, applying her principles to the news cycle and to ratchet mammy mess. But I think that is absolutely cool that we have somebody that is it. But if I could make a detour, make a break, the Knicks are up by 10 points. This could be their year. This could be their year. This could be their year. I just wanted to put that in. Um, so Diddy on the first day of the trial, first people on the stand, talking disgustingness, talking ugliness, and still being able to hold themselves up to be at a level of greatness that nobody, you know, can take away. They had the greatness of their statements. True, who knows? False, possibly. But again, our judicial system, the reason why we have a court system, reason why the United States of America has a court system that is set up the way it is. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's prejudice. Oh, it's biased. Oh, it's not objective. Maybe that could be true, but for the most part, more than 50%, maybe 60 or 70%, the cases get, handled with the right amount of care and understanding. They're able to show the entire scope of how many people understand it. Thank you all for watching. The drugs are kicking in, definitely.